Where's the fucking makeup lady? My name's John Ratchford. I'm age 50 and my nickname is Dino.
Is that just because of your age?
I expect so. No one said anything other than my age, as I'm a dinosaur. And Dino's a nice name.
Bye, John.
No.
Don't kill the last dinosaur.
They all give it back, don't they? You fucking love it, don't you?
How do we do back in the old days? We chew them up.
I used to do driveways for a living, one of the last jobs that I've had. And I met Seb. I went round to price his driveway and I got half interested at the time. You go to see a nice house, someone who's intelligent and you always ask, so, what do you do for a living, mate? And he was telling me, so I got interested. Started following him and then I met people who knew him because we lived near each other. The gym, the petrol station, wherever it is, someone knows him from his car or the job he does.
You like your kid, aren't you?
Yeah. Racking gym this, isn't it? Fully loaded again. A lot of people knew him from here, from the gym, and they'd be talking about this bloke and so start to put two and two together, and then follow me even more and more, and then you just suddenly realise it's not a scam, it does work, it is real, and that made me take the course and get properly involved. And the wife is here all the time.
From what I remember, I think she was doing my outside classes, was it, when we were in lockdown?
Yeah, she's always to do anything.
So she brought up Seb, FX, and that John was interested in it, so I didn't actually know John, just knew of him.
Yeah.
So I'd been looking, obviously if someone keeps pulling up in different cars, I was like, what is he doing? Follow him on Instagram, have a look. I'm like, okay, if there's a way to make money, I'm going to give it a go. That's it.
And I remember as we were training, she was upstairs, going over and over and over and over.
Yeah, I've done the original 6 times, and then we've got the Black Ops. It sits by my PC screen, so I can just put it in at any time. So
how long you've been trading?
3.5 years. So started with £500. Now I've got 70k funded account. Just slow and steady, following the rules, the 1% rule. Because you came in just as we'd opened the gym. I got the course as we moved here quite quick, didn't we? Like within 6 months. So as my trading's grew, so the gym, so it's grew together, which I think shows you need the patience for it.
Which makes a good point, because my point has always been that to be a good trader, you need to be a good entrepreneur. And if your mind is open to the entrepreneurship, and as an entrepreneur, it's a person that wants to grow something, an idea, a business, a concept. If your mind is open to growth, so is the trader inside.
Yeah,
and most people are afraid to grow.
Some people think that you do the course, like you listen to Seb, and then boom, you're driving his cars. And you're like, no, that's not what happens. So people thought if you open a gym, boom, you're minted. It's like, no, we started eating yogurt, no money, because we put all the money into the gym.
So we had no money. Absolutely no money. We were eating yogurt and oats and protein powder, so we had no money. And I had a car that was worth £100.
Despite this situation, the mindset of the real entrepreneur is still to go for the risk.
Yeah.
I went through the website and I bought the book, and I read the book in a weekend, and I don't read books. Read it a couple more times and thought, right, this is something I can do. I can get my head around this. Got the 50 cal, studied that, then got the chart analysis service. It's an analysis service, not a signal service. So where the setups were sent through, I'd spend my time trying to work out why they came up with those setups, and that helped educate me. And then I booked on the 2-day course, did the 2-day course and started badgering them to get on the floor. And I was trading as much as I was trying to work.
What would you say the sort of worst part about starting your journey so late is?
The fucking technology. Your generation is such a fucking patient generation. Reboot this, download the other, oh my God. I just want something to work. My phone, just phone, do what I need. I'm not asking to wash the car or cut the grass, just do what you're meant to do. And you're just happy to, oh, we'll reinstall this and turn it off and reboot. God, I just could have smashed a few computers up. So I think C-Trader is a gift. It's very easy to use. Even I can do it. I get hung up on things every now and again, but generally speaking, I muddle my way through, so anyone should be able to. You say it's an instant generation. Fucking hell, you take your time getting there with some of this stuff.
If I had to point out one key moment that John's made me laugh, it would be when we did something that we titled the Sebinar, and it was when Seb went super in depth on, I can't remember what chart it was because it was quite a while ago.
61 worst case. So 61 worst case, and I think
it was just as when Seb had got his new setup on the floor, and Seb asked John to
show me the next buy and the next sell.
This was still quite early on when John was starting to progress, so not only did he place a alert, he placed
the pending. That's it, literally. Next buy and sell, there you go, literally done.
Money in the bank.
TP and stop loss, then
stop loss. 1,000 pip stop loss and 1 pip TP.
I'm sure you can fuck it up.
I remember clearly it started by John clicking something.
I don't fucking work, what's happening?
Have you done that?
I've turned the market on its head.
It flipped the screens upside down.
Knock it down. Fuck.
He didn't click, I don't even think he clicked anything like settings, it was just clicking in the market and it just flipped the screens upside down. And then all 6 screens just went poof.
Oh, crashing the market. I've crashed the market. How many? Crashed the market.
Oh no, his analysis is not going to be saved.
It was just hilarious. I was crying behind the camera.
I don't know how he messed this up.
What was Seb's reaction to that?
Seb, I think he was more pissed off inside than he was actually showing, because he even said,
I never worked that much.
And for it to just disappear out of nowhere for no reason.
All you had to fucking touch it.
I don't think everything you've done today won't be saved.
You've shown me. It's on video. I've done nothing with you doing this. Crashed the market. Told you it was a good trade. Did this?
You did take some pictures, didn't you? You let me retry it.
We can have a go.
He's just going to go straight in with the pending. Future time travelers, Colin hacked it because he was going to make too much money.
The market's in crash. Get that Euro card.
I've never seen anything like it. No one's ever done that before and hasn't done it since.
Morning.
Use a map. How long did it take you to get here then?
Well. Nico, don't touch your phone. I'm Dino, I'm GPS in my head. Fuck off.
That's what I said. You don't need that. I know where we're going. 3 hours later, I said, you best get that fucking GPS out.
Johnny, your dad's a cunt.
Thank you.
Briefly, what has been your background?
Everything. Tried everything from the mid-80s, my early teens. I was doing okay till the 2008 crash. And I got fucked over by the banks, so that's just life.
So, you seem quite independent. Have you always worked for yourself?
Yes.
How is it now having someone like Seb?
It's very, very good, very good. I think he thinks I'm a bit cheeky sometimes, but I don't mean to be. I just, don't tell me what to do. I don't get told what to do. And it's only because I haven't listened, because he's only trying to help me. I know, but I am getting better.
So, would you say, because you've been quite a self-driven person, there's some resilience in it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, other people just melt away, don't they? Ah! No. I can't do that.
Did you know that this Today, John is the second best trade.
I think it was for the week.
Dino is the second best trade. No, actually, it's not. I think Rich had over 50 pips as well. So you're the third.
You can edit that, can't you? The second was the best.
Just to be sure, you get 8 pips more.
How do you feel about that?
Can't move.
Third best is okay. Where are we now? Where's this on to?
It's way up, way up, way up.
Shut up.
To make you a better trader, Seb's got this thing that he'll talk about your setups and tell you that they're fucking shit. But he's really just testing you, because if he's going to tell you that a trade's shit and you don't take it, then you failed. So he just keeps probing and playing these mind games, and it would turn Dino inside out, because he'd think, oh, Seb's not taking this trade, he doesn't like it, so I won't take it.
Look how far it is. You would have made an easy 30 pips. And what did I tell you? Go for it.
You said don't. You said fucking short it. I'd have been hit stop loss by now.
I didn't say short.
But then Seb will say, grow some balls and take it, and then he'll tell him it's shit. So he's just like really turning him inside out, and John didn't really know how to deal with it at first. But then over a few weeks I sort of saw him almost, it just fell into place, and he realised what Seb was doing to him. So then, you know, the banter levels between them two would increase because of that. If Seb told him his trade was shit, John would tell him to fuck off. Seb tell him to fuck off. Shout at each other, and John has finally grow some fucking balls and take the trade, and then they play out. So he's developed mentally a lot in the past few weeks.
Just by looking at your trade, I know you knew that it was a shit trade by the way you select the trade and by the way you select the lot size associated with the trade. But you see, it's going to be like maybe one trade a week or one trade every 2 weeks or so.
Yeah, less trades. I've also been writing a full list of my reasons for taking them. So I've got, because I then go down and I keep them. I never used to do it, and I've started doing it for the last week, and these are my reasons. So when it works, I know why it's worked, and when it goes wrong, which some will, I will be able to look back and say, and I know you've said all this in the past and I've never done it, but I see how it works now, and that's why
of course
it does, but
puts you in front of the fact that you didn't listen to your own plan. And, some of them were just stubborn move. When you get one wrong, you want to try to get the next one to prove that you were not wrong on the first one, and you end up with 3 trades that you fucked up.
Take your stop loss off and let it play.
I know.
Even fucking worse.
Yeah.
Especially GC, because it went a bit further than where it finally got out and came back up into the money, and that pissed me off last Friday. That did wind me up. But that's not the way to trade.
No.
30 stop loss, 50 for me take profit.
30 stop loss. You get it wrong.
Yeah.
If you've got another strong level, try it again. End of the day, if you lose twice, you lose 30-30. If you get the first one wrong, and you remove the stop loss, and you be like, I'm gonna wait 30, 50, 60, 70, 90. You come to the next level, you're 100 pips down, and you can't take it anymore because you're 100 down. Instead of being 30-30. So sometimes people don't accept that the twice small losses don't add as much as the big drawdown you let your trade. And when you let your trade in big drawdown, mentally it stresses you out and you don't see anything else.
That's what happened last Thursday, Friday. I don't know. I drive myself mad.
But less of these...
I'm trying.
And stop EG. Don't trade Euro Pound anymore. It never worked for you, so don't trade it.
Lehman Brothers staff arrived at work in London this morning to be told the bank had been put into administration.
We were just talking about the LIBOR, the interbank lending rate, which you say is absolutely key in all this, and it's not gone in the right direction.
No, it's not. It's manifested itself in all kinds of ways. I mean, everybody behaved badly, but they believed, you know, and when people start believing something kind of crazy, you get that sort of thing.
Everything, that was it, was over, bankrupt, gone, literally overnight.
How many businesses were you running at the time?
I had shops and I had property. So I used to buy land, build houses, buy houses, renovate them, sell them, or just buy and sell them. And then I had a portfolio that I rented out. I had 30 houses I rented out.
Did that just disappear sort of overnight?
Yeah, they all got repossessed, yeah. People say you shouldn't have a big family if you can't afford it. Well, when we had the family, I could fucking afford it, so fuck you. It's no one else's business. I never knew, and I don't care. People say, oh, we saw it coming. If you saw it coming, you should have made millions. No one saw it coming, like these trades, you know, oh, I knew that was going to happen. No, you didn't. You'd have cashed in on it, wouldn't you? So it was the same now, people chatting shit.
The UK's biggest banks are rescued by the British taxpayer. The world's central banks act together to slash interest rates.
Went to see the bank manager, paid off some overdraft facility, paid off because he used to draw me overdrafts, build and then pay them back. Paid it off, went to see him because he always liked to see you to draw them again to charge you more fees. And he said, oh, it's over, we're in trouble, we're getting a bailout from the government. Oh, it's all right, well, yeah, we need to carry on. And that was it was over. It's literally that Wednesday afternoon, that was me, business gone and over. So we spent the next month scrambling around trying to get other banks on board. Then a month later I went back to see him because all the talk was the government had bailed out the banks on the understanding that the bastards lent. And when I went back to see him, he said, we're not going to touch the bailout money just to lend on to other businesses. We're okay now. And I could have gone over the fucking desk after him. And that was it, over. Could I have scrambled through and fought my way through? Didn't know interest rates were going to stay so low for so long. No one knew that. And once you start running up debts and can't pay bills, they come from everywhere. Can't get credit and it's over pretty quick. I actually did everything I could to make sure HSBC were paid back in full. So when I was trying to get back on my feet, I could go to a high street bank and start using them again. And when I went back to them, he said, oh, you'd never passed a credit check, there's nothing we can do. So I went to a lot of effort to get you paid back as a favour and that's how you're treating me. Oh, well, there's nothing I can do, it's out my hands. And if I had my lifetime over again, I wouldn't pay them fuckers back either. Bastards, a lot of them.
Do you have more of an understanding as to why the 2008 crash happened?
Yeah, and since then I've read plenty of books on the reason why it happened, yeah. Needed to know. No, it was a big fuck up, wasn't it? It was absolutely criminal.
People's living standards are still being squeezed. The economy is growing slowly.
I'm the Director of Property at the ODA, arriving at the Olympic Village, which covers some 91 acres or...
I did some work down south 2009, 10 to make ends meet, and going back down, we were in recession. Devastating up here, devastating, nothing doing. You go down there and you wouldn't have known what recession was. They were just cracking on. What people don't realise, the whole time they have, let's build the M25, that's money in and around London. Let's build the Channel Tunnel, money in and around London. Let's have the Olympics. 2008, they were building the Olympics so during a financial crisis that the rest of the country's struggling. They're building Olympic villages. I drove past London concrete and the wagons were just flooding out the place. You know, and that kept them going and they just don't appreciate it. We don't have those things up here. Let's build Heathrow Terminal 5, let's build, yeah, all down south, we get nothing up here.
Got him a shark one, because there were no dinosaur cakes. But sharks are prehistoric, so.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to John. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you.
Hey, 65 million years old today.
The majority of people who get into trading and Forex are young. But then you don't really get the older people, late 40s, 50s region, you don't really get that age bracket coming through. So it's nice to see when somebody does and succeed at it. And it shows that it's possible no matter what background you've been in and what you've done before or what's happened in the past or however developed you are IT and tech-wise, you can still do well in trading.
In the past it's been knowledge and experience slowing me up in mistakes. At the moment, I think what would be the biggest help for me, I need more screens at home. I'm just struggling running with my little setup to have the picture of the market that I want. Once I've done that, then I'm sure There'll be loads of faults of my own that will turn up I can fix, but for now, that's what's slowing me up. Not saying it'll make me a better trader, it'll just make it easier for me to trade, and then I can start to become a better trader. I like EC and GC, I like the cab pairs. I just find it so easy, you just correlate it off oil. Oil moves first and then they move. And then just keep your eye on what the pound's doing, which is what we're doing because we live in the UK and that's the main pairs we trade. Yeah, I learn something new every day. There's so much more to learn. And the other week I was in for a day doing the training, just coming in. I thought, well, what can I give to them? And I tell you, when you stand in front of them and start answering, that you realise how much you do know, and how I thought I helped for an hour or two on the day, and I'd like to do that. That'd be something nice.
So John, where are we today?
Today we're at Bankrupt Boxing Club. I'm coming here to speak to my ex-coach, Sean Trodden, and he owns the gym. Started by his dad, Dennis Trodden, so it's dedicated Dennis Trodden building.
I'm the head boxing coach at Bacon Adventure Amateur and Professional Boxing Club. Known John for a good few years now. First of all as a friend, and also he was a fellow boxing coach for a while down at the club. He was very good at the time, he was committed, dedicated. Just a pity he's not here today, giving us the help that we all could do with again, to be honest. To be pride and joy, my dad had it before me, so there's a bit of a legacy thing. I just want to keep everything in a good standard, including the boxing.
What's John's fitness like now that he's a dinosaur?
I'm sure we're going to find out today, because I believe I'm going to take him on the pad and give him a test, so you'll know at the same time as myself. We'll see how he goes, eh?
Good fitness level, John. Doesn't hold too bad for a dinosaur.
They're all kids, aren't they, sir?
How does it feel to be back?
Oh, it's nice, isn't it? Yeah, these are all the amateur fights that we were saying. Just small hall, just amazing fights. It's boxing.
Do you take inspiration from Dino?
It just goes to show that anyone can do it. He's been through a hell of a lot in his life, and even at age 51, I think it's just more motivation for me to think, you know what, I'm still young, my brain's still growing, I can still absorb stuff, and there's no reason why I can't do it. This person that's basically the age of my dad is now living his best life, you know, and it's nice to see that.
Which order do you want us to start with?
Looking back now, like, it wasn't the smart thing to do.
Hope you enjoyed my video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.